Savannah and you're in the place. Well, everywhere I go, whenever there's a promotion going on, all I hear is King Hollywood, King Hollywood. So you have a lot of passion for what you do.
Definitely. You know, just to kind of wake up and see or to know that someone's going to come to an event. You know, that they're going to have a good time, they're going to enjoy themselves, you know, they're going to remember it, when is the next one. That's basically the drive.
Yeah, they said you're out recently passing out flyers in your wheelchair.
Right.
Yeah, that's persistent there.
Yeah.
They called you Ironside.
Ironside?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to keep it moving, you know. With me and my mentality that even though I was in a wheelchair at the time, you know, bills never stop.
Okay.
I still got to pay bills. I wish that, you know, when you get in the wheelchair, the bills would stop.
But you said no. This is not going to hold me down. So what make you feel as though, well, not make you feel, what do you think makes you different from any other promoter? You know? What do you do? What do you bring to the table that nobody else brings?
Well, I'm going to say starting off, what kind of intrigued me was, I started off in chorus. Okay. 8th grade chorus. I never did anything, like my life really started in chorus. Mary Ann Williams was my teacher, and she kind of showed me, you know, how to sing different style of music, which turned into choreography and things like that. Then it switched on to Leroy Harper. You know, he was doing a lot of gospel and things like that. I was deep in church. So basically, you might as well say there's always a seed in somebody that needs to be fertilized. It just turned into gospel, you know, from, I think it was like maybe 13, 12, 8th grade. So from then I was just promoting mostly gospel. Then like 2008, I started doing secular. So I did secular, I did gospel, I did some rock, a little bit of country, things like that. Just kind of catering to this different genre of music, different people, you know what I'm saying? However, this is something that I wake up for, you know.
You have to love what you do.
You gotta love what you do. You know, if you don't love what you do, then you ain't doing what you love.
So are you a native of Charleston?
I'm a native of Charleston, a lot, going back and forth to Alabama, Dothan, Alabama. You know, I raised up in the hood. You know, my mom had, and then she didn't have. You know, so I think at about 16 is where I kind of moved out. Took care of a young lady. Well, not a young lady. Well, she was young at her age. That actually was another mentor of mine, and that this is her. And you know, just kind of.
Isn't that still around?
She passed away.
She looking out.
Definitely.
Proud of you.
Like I think of her like a second mom. You know, she intrigued a lot of me. You know, with music.
What would you What would you say to someone that's trying to step out on what they desire to do, the desires of their heart? What would you say to them? What would you say, you know, to someone young or older? You know, they want to venture out and do, you know, maybe become the next astronaut or next model, or, you know, just want to get away from the 9 to 5 and do something on their own. What would you say to them?
In 2008 is when I actually kind of figured out, or just kind of say to myself that I'm not supposed to work for somebody else. You know, just stepping out on faith. I didn't have no money saved or anything like that when I started in 2008. My last job was working at T-Mobile. You know, and just kind of going out on my own. I started doing managing for models, managing for artists, putting events together, doing concerts, things like that. Just kind of hustling, just stepping out, and saying, you know, I'm gonna focus on me.
And you said something about your faith. You have to have faith.
You gotta have faith.
You have to have faith. You have to believe.
Right.
That it's possible.
You gotta believe it. You gotta believe in yourself. You know.
You can't look for anyone else to pat you on the shoulder and say, hey. I guess some mornings or some afternoons you might have to pat yourself on the shoulder and say, hey, I can do this.
Right.
Because sometimes that support doesn't come from others all the time.
Right.
Okay.
There's not going to be a handout. You know, anything that you want for yourself, you have to go and get it.
Right.
You know, my mom, you know, she's a preacher or whatnot. You know, she prays and things like that. Like I've been deep in church, so I understand the basics and things like that. But to get out there on your own and to know that everybody is not for you, you know, so you're gonna have challenges. You just got to know when that bump in the road comes that a bump is a hump. So all you got to do is just roll over. You know what I'm saying?
Roll, jump.
Right.
You got to do to get around.
So it's gonna be challenging.
But where do you see yourself in the next 5 years from now?
5 years.
How do you want to keep building your foundation that you started? How do you see yourself next?
Well, just today, I was talking to a friend of mine, and just kind of turning HEI into a university on how to teach other upcoming entrepreneurs either how to be a promoter, how to be a manager, you know, just successful things that they want to turn into. But there's a company out there that intrigues me to go after, which is Live Nation. Live Nation is one of the biggest promotional companies out there. You know, they offer contracts. Hey, I'm gonna pay you, you know, $1.2 million just to do my shows. You know, but not just shows. You know, like I said, managing, opening multiple businesses and things like that.
You're gonna reach back into the community.
Definitely.
That's what sounds like to me.
You know, like I said, young entrepreneurs.
Hang in.
We're gonna sum this up by one word. It's been a pleasure talking with you. If you could sum up everything in your life that you are going through, you know, the desires of your heart that the Lord has given you to step out on and make it come to life. What one word mean to sum up everything? But sometimes just one word can help a person just take that next step. Or maybe two, whatever you.
Well, just to elaborate on before I say it, there's been 3 occasions that the devil had tried to kill me. So
3?
3 occasions.
But not 2, 3.
3. So there's one where I was in 7th grade where I found out that I had asthma and I was allergic to shrimp. I made it to the doctor's office on my last breath. Second, in 2004, personally I had road rage, and in the middle of that, I went straight off a cliff and hit a tree. No seatbelt. I was supposed to be there. And 3, I got hit by a trailer. Either I could have been paralyzed or dead. So it's just 2 words: grace and mercy. So, but other than that, I'll say to anybody that has a goal is just go after that goal. You know, just have faith. Sometimes you can step out on faith. You know, don't be scared, and just go for the goal.
It's Savannah. I'll talk to you later. Thank you, King Hollywood. HEI.
Hey, this is King Hollywood. I'm in the place with Savannah.